Look, I know the Rangers had an incredibly disappointing playoffs against the Devils last year, but coming into this season, I saw this team as fun, dynamic, star-powered, and I'm excited to watch them. For these guys, as long as you've got Shesterkin in the net, Adam Fox on D, and the big three up front, you got a chance to win the cup. But when contending teams have things like this happen to them, it can be big trouble and it can completely derail a season. As we know, Peter Laviolette likes to run incredibly fast-paced, intense practices, even in training camp, or he took a puck off the dome earlier on. And in today's scrimmage, Mika Zibanejad, who in my mind is the team's most important player after Shesterkin, was injured and is day-to-day. And, dude, I mean, I'm not looking to blame anybody, but if one of my star players, especially my number one centerman, got injured in a training camp scrimmage, I would be fuming. And it's just bad luck, and as this guy said, they don't exactly know how it happened, but he really looked like he was in some serious pain. This could be terrible for the Rangers, who are in a division where Washington got better from what they were last year, Pittsburgh got way better, the Devils look like they're ready to take the crown for years to come in the Metro Division. It ain't going to be easy for the Rangers. So having Mika Zibanejad pulled from a training camp scrimmage after the first period ain't a good sign. And yes, it's precautionary. It was the right move, obviously, to take him out of the game. But now him being listed as day-to-day, and while Laviolette basically had to show some optimism in the presser after the scrimmage, he also sounded concerned and defensive. I mean, I don't know if people are maybe going to be pointing the finger at how he runs practice or whatever, but he did seem a little bit defensive. And honestly, it's not his fault. This is just a bad luck thing. It sucks, and it's awful, but I wouldn't necessarily point the finger at how Laviolette runs practice. Hopefully this all blows over and he's ready for preseason or the regular season at least, but if he's not, man, I told you, this division is going to be really tough, so if Zibanejad is out for any amount of time, this is the center depth for the New York Rangers. It's going to be real tough. Now, that doesn't mean the Rangers can't stay afloat without Zibanejad for any amount of time. They can, and we've seen other teams who've lost their number one center be able to stay afloat, but there are a few slots on a hockey team that if you lose them, it puts you in deep, deep trouble, and number one centerman is right at or near the top of that list. And from something as benign as a training camp scrimmage, it would have me rolling my eyes. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Do you think the Rangers are going to stay afloat? And where do you think they're going to finish in that Metro Division this year? Let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. The NHL preseason is officially in full swing. Let me know what game you're most excited to watch tonight. I mean, it's tough because there's NFL Sunday on, but there's also like a million preseason games here. I'm locked into this Flames-Canucks matchup. Get to see that first line of Huberdeau, Lindholm, and Sharangovich. I'm pumped.
Hey.
Montreal had their annual red and white scrimmage, and I love that they do this. They clearly care so much about the fans that some of the players literally waited for the fans at the end.
It's kind of good that they do something. The Penguins should do something with the Calgary Flames, yeah. I mean, like, not Penguins with Calgary Flames. No, not that. I think Toronto should also do something. I think most of the Canadian teams should do something.
You can tell it makes so many people...
I think the Penguins should do, like, a Mario Lemieux Center tour, like a museum, like a Mario Lemieux museum. You can call it the Mario Lemieux Ice Hockey Rink Museum. It's basically a museum with an ice hockey rink in it, so you can go play hockey.
Day, and I love that the Habs do this. They do it right, man. I didn't watch the entire scrimmage because, like I mentioned, there's a million things going on right now. NFL Sunday, the Blue Jays, the Leafs are playing against Ottawa right now. There's so much going on, but the one takeaway I got from Habs fans is that apparently Joel Armia was terrible in this scrimmage. And this highlight of Nick Suzuki's doing the rounds, and wow, dude, this guy is just something else when it comes to the shootout. Remember that sick Datsukian-type move he pulled in the shootout last year that had everybody just, literally the commentator went... The dude is a wizard, and he has some of the silkiest mitts in the entire league. The challenge for Suzuki now is to see if he can be a consistent, elite offensive producer as a number one centerman, or if he's just going to be a really good two-way centerman who can get decent points. Because last season started off real hot for Nick Suzuki, and then it tailed off. I know there was rumors of an injury there, and of course, everybody on the Habs just dropped to the injury list. But I want to see if Suzuki for an entire season can produce at an elite level or somewhat close to it. I'm looking for him to score 30 goals and above 75 points. I want to see if he can do it. But in the shootout, he's clutch, he's money, he's nasty with those hands, and it seems like Juraj Slafkovsky maybe took a page out of Nick Suzuki's book in the other shootout a couple of days ago. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that because I thought this was really, really cool, and it's nice to know that Nick Suzuki's mitts are still unreal. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Point predictions for Nick Suzuki. I want to hear it in the comments because this is really fascinating for me. I want to see this year.
Yeah.
This is a true test to me.